Win a brand new iPhone Pro Max 12 with these 4 easy steps. Step 1. Subscribe to IMG YouTube channel. Step 2. Click the notification bell. Step 3. Share one episode of Your Money Matters on Facebook and tag 3 friends using the hashtags #IMG Your Money Matters, #I Am Great iPhone 12 Pro Max giveaway, #IMG official channel. Step 4. Visit img-corp.net/iPhone 12 PMax and fill out the giveaway registration form. The lucky winners will be raffled during the live premiere of the last episode of Your Money Matters Season 3. Watch and share this with your family and friends now to get a chance to win. Good luck!
Your money matters. That's why we have this show. In this season, we've put together the best financial experts in the country to teach you all you need to know so you can grow your wealth, fulfill your dreams, and make an impact in the world. Hi everybody! Welcome to Your Money Matters. I'm your host, Risa Singson Kaupeng.
Build a second income. Don't rely on what you have right now.
Understand, recognize, accept that we need to upgrade our financial strategy.
If you're not adaptive and you're not flexible, then whether there's pandemic or not, you'll really have difficulty.
Prosperity begins in the mind before it goes to your pocket.
The intersection between passion, potential, and peso. If you can combine those 3 elements, I think you will be in the right track.
Join us every week as we learn and apply money strategies to prosper your life. New episodes stream every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Philippine time. Hello everybody! Welcome to Your Money Matters. I'm your host, Risa Singson Kaupeng, and I'm in the Philippines from Manila. You know, in the last Olympics, the entire country and the world saw how Heidelin Diaz brought honor to the Philippines by winning our first gold ever. Yay! Alam mo, hindi lang yon. Nalaman din natin kung ilang milyong piso ang napanalunan niya. Over 40 million pesos in cash. 2 houses, 1 condo, lifetime free fuel, and lifetime free airline travel. Akalain mo yon? And at 30 years old, isang buhat lang. Naku, she's made and she can retire for life. Lahat tuloy gusto ng maging weightlifter at maging Heidelin Diaz. We're also proud of Heidelin, who is, by the way, a Catholic and a regular attendee of the feast. But one photo that I saw gave me a reality check and I want to show it to you. Walang nakakita ng kahirapan na dinanas ni Heidelin itong mga nakaraang, maybe 2 decades bago siya nanalo sa Olympics. Everyone wants the gold, but are you prepared for the gore? Everyone wants the glory, but are you ready for the grind? So, when it comes to our financial life, it's the same thing. It takes years and years to grow our wealth. And hopefully, because because of the things that we're learning through this show and through many other venues, mababawasan sana ang pagdanak ng dugo sa ating financial life. In this episode, our guest is a familiar face on TV pagdating sa usapang financial at pera. Salve Duplito is the president and founder of Empower and Transform, OPC. She is the host and managing editor of On the Money, isang personal finance show na mapapanood natin sa ANC. So ready na ba kayong matuto mula sa financial beshy ng bayan? We'll do that when Your Money Matters return. Palagay mo, How many Filipinos 15 years old and above have savings? A. 93%, B. 73%, C. 53%, D. 23%. And the answer is C. 53%. According to 2019 data of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, only a little over half of Filipino adults have savings. And out of this number, 1 out of 2 savers keep their money at home. We're back to Your Money Matters at ang guest natin ngayon ay walang iba kundi si Salve Duplito. Hi Salve, welcome to our show. I'm so happy to meet you online.
Hi Risa, so glad to be with you tonight.
Yes, kamusta ang financial beshy ng bayan?
Oh yeah, very busy. There's a lot of information na hinihingi ng mga tao when it comes to managing their finances. Alam mo, nung pandemya, we got even busier, Risa. And gustong-gusto ko yung kinukwento mo about Heidelin because I remember her story. I was there in one of the events she had a couple of years ago. I think 2 to 3 years ago, yung kinukwento niya na nagbubuhat siya ng yung kanyang barbell, di ba? Yung parang lata lang na nilagyan ng semento, and look where she's now. So tama ka, sinasabi mo nga na people should also look at the difficulties that she went through to be able to get where she's now.
True, because most of the time, ang nakikita lang natin is syempre the highlight, di ba?
Yes.
Yun ang napapanood natin. Pero hindi naman syempre na-highlight yung mga paghihirap, yung failure, and all that. And I think that it's the same thing when it comes to our financial life. Salve, I read yung sa isang column mo na ikaw ay pinanganak na mahirap. Can you tell us about your experiences growing up and how it shaped your money beliefs now?
Alam mo yung Nemo, did you watch that? Did you watch Nemo? Ang favorite part ko doon when I was watching with my kids is when Nemo met Mr. Turtle, diba? Tsaka si Squirt. Because when I was young, I lived in a very, very poor community. It's like a little piece of the earth near the ocean. Tapos, meron akong 2 sea turtles na nahuli kasi ng tatay ko because my father was the principal of the school but also a fisherman and a farmer. Tapos, nahuli niya yung 2, baby pa. Pinalaki namin yun sa parang makeshift na swimming pool na pinapakain ko ng isda. But I remember one of my earliest memories was of my mom and dad separating. And we had to move to the city with nothing but some of the stuff that we had on our backs. Tapos, naiwan syempre yung sea turtles kasi wala naman kami malaking bahay in the city, no? And so when I left, I felt so deprived of the fact that I had sea turtles as friends, but I was gonna lose them. I didn't really think about my mom and dad separating, but it was more of the trauma of losing my pets. Pero looking back now, a friend asked me nga, what was that defining moment that turned me into a financial advisor? Parang when we talk about money, it's all about the money in your bank account. But I realized it's not that. The reason why I became a financial advisor is because I wanted people to realize that their real value is in themselves. It's the right to live here on earth and be friends with sea turtles and to have the ocean to guide our tear, to become a placenta of our tears, kumbaga, with the wind to carry our whales. And I keep writing about this because I want people to realize they don't have to buy all of those unnecessary shoes and bags. Kasi your value is great already. The moment you were born here on earth, all of these things that we see around us, the beauty of the mountains, they were meant for us. They are ours. So, hindi na kailangan yung mga unnecessary expenses because we are already valuable as we are.
Wow, that is so beautiful. Usually when we talk about money, kasi you're right, it's always about it's about the material things. But when we talk about wealth, when we talk about, being rich, that's why I like the term na kinoin ni Bo Sanchez, being truly rich. Kasi it's not just about the material wealth, di ba? It's been
Definitely.
rich in every area of your life. And you've been on, you've been in this industry. You're a financial journalist. Your career spans decades. Although hindi halata, hindi kita sa mukha. Very
Matanda
young
na.
pa din, di ba? Di ba? Mula dyaryo hanggang TV and now you're on social media. What has changed with financial literacy among Filipinos all these years?
Risa, the innovations in the financial sector is redefining how we handle our money, how we pay, how we keep our money, how we move it around. And we didn't have that when I was starting in the industry. Right now, you can easily set aside savings without even touching your bank account kasi it's all, you can do it automatically, so that even if you're finding it hard to set aside something regularly, kahit na paunti-unti lang yan, the banks can already do that for you. 25 years ago, that wasn't available to any one of us, di ba? So all of those things na ginagawa ng fintech, ng mga banks, ng mga insurance companies now are all there for everybody. There's no secret sauce to being wealthy. All of these financial tools are there. Kaya lang, kailangan pa natin ng konting financial literacy component para ma-appreciate yun ng mga tao. Of course, all of those tools without the right culture na dapat tinuturo natin sa ating mga anak, sa ating mga kaibigan. Kung wala yun, hindi rin natin maximize yung mga financial tools that are available. So these things are both a combination of the old things and the new things, and if we're able to take advantage of all of these things that are happening around us, then I think as a nation we will all be better, because what is a nation but a collection of its people, di ba? So Risa, alam ko the job is so big. And we need everybody, even IMG, even Brother Bo, and everybody who would like to teach people about managing their finances better should work together, because the job is so big. Pero kung sabay-sabay natin tong gagawin, kaya naman.
Salve, yung sinabi mo na you started poor and all of these opportunities that you saw. Parang ang nakita ko kasi sa'yo, para kang medyo may pagka-alamat ka in the sense na, you were, di ba matalino ka, you were a scholar, and then you landed in a business newspaper, and you parang kung titingnan yung buhay mo, parang you got all the big breaks. Pero kung let's say, sa mga ordinary tao ngayon na taga-probinsya, yes, there are a lot of financial tools that you said nga that's available out there now, but for somebody who's who sees themselves na parang poor, parang ano yung mga pwede nilang mga steps that they can take para maabot yung naabot mo, or kahit na konti man lang dun sa naabot mo.
The first thing talaga, Risa, is to invest in your mind, di ba? Buti na lang yung Facebook nga ngayon, libre. Diba? So you can just really look for great information out there. A lot of information is free already, and if you can just go on the YouTube channel, for instance, that we have, Salve says YouTube channel, there's Kumu, there's Facebook, IG, Twitter, you can get a lot of good curated information to help you learn how to do things the way I did them, kahit na hindi ka nagkaroon ng the same opportunities that I had. And then, move from knowing to doing. Actually, yun ang dalawang yun eh. Learn as much as you can. Ako noon, instead of downloading MP3, ang dina-download ko, mga financial reports ng mga kumpanya, because I really, really wanted to get out of our situation. I felt that I had to do better for my children, and if we had that mentality, aaralin natin yan lahat. And then, you move from know to do. You act on the things that you learn. May nakita nga ako, Risa, sabi ko sa kanya, alam mo, kahit na mambubuti, kaya mo ba mag-ipon ng 25 pesos per day? Sabi nila, kaya naman. 'Di ba? Pag ginawa natin yun, 6,000 pesos a year yun, kahit hindi natin gawin ng Sabado-Linggo, Monday to Friday lang. And a lot of people don't realize that each little thing that we set aside can amount to something big if we do it consistently. Tapos pag feeling natin depressed tayo, hindi tayo magwi-withdraw agad. 'Di ba? Paunti-unti, and then tuloy-tuloy. That's a step that anybody in the Philippines can make.
Yeah, sounds easy, ha? Sounds easy. Pero totoo, Salve, no? Kasi sometimes we overlook the little things. I'm a firm believer that small things are big things, eh. 'Di ba? Yung kala mong ay 100 pesos lang 'yan, ano naman 'yan, barya lang 'yan. You know, but if you really, put it to invest it, save it, yung sinasabi mo nga, it really grows. I think that's one of the concepts na kailangan natin matutunan if we want to start on our financial journey, no? Na everything is a seed.
I agree. I totally agree.
Okay, Salve, what do you see as the biggest hindrance or the hindrances to the Filipinos' quest to financial freedom? Yung mga pinakamalaking mga problemang tumitisod sa mga Pinoy pagdating sa pera nila.
Huhugot ako ng konti dito, Risa, because I think a lot of people, we have a flawed culture. Of course, we all know that the Philippines is a flawed culture because we had a flawed past. And I don't think there's a nation naman na perfect yung kultura natin, diba? For instance, yung kultura ng balato, yung mga OFWs natin na pumupunta sa ibang bansa, alam mo, nagiging ATM ng bayan kasi feeling ng mga tao, they have a right to the income of that OFW just because that OFW grew up in the same barangay. And that's a flawed culture. I experienced that when I was young. And there are a lot of that, but also aside from that, parts of our culture that need to be changed or maybe refined a little bit better. I think the need for good governance talaga is it's a very important that gap in terms of good governance. Bakit ko sinasabi yan? A lot of our people, kahit na madaling araw sila gumising tapos gabing-gabi na matulog, buong araw nagtatrabaho sa farms nila, will never get rich even if they try to save as much as they can, because our government, our economy needs to be governed better. So there must be better financial inclusion. Imagine mo, wala naman silang access sa mga bangko. What does that do? Kung wala kang access sa mga bangko, hindi ka kilala ng financial system at all. There will come a time you will need maybe a mortgage. Hindi ka mabibigyan kasi hindi ka kilala ng mga bangko only because in your barangay, there was never a bank to begin with. So, marami pang reformang gagawin, and those things hindi kasalanan ng ordinaryong tao yon. So, yung transformation manggagaling on two levels. It's the governance side and the individual side.
Okay, ang dami ko pang gustong tanungin sa'yo, Salve, pero we have to break for commercial. Pagbalik po natin, tutuloy po natin ang ating kwentuhan with our financial beshy ng bayan, Salve Duplito. Sa pagbabalik po ng Your Money Matters.
Makalaya sa utang.
Sa usaping pinansyal, magkaroon ng sapat na kaalaman.
Matutong mag-ipon.
Ang pinagpaguran.
Hindi masasayang.
Hindi mababaliwala.
Kahalagahan ng kinikita.
Para sa sarili.
Para sa pamilya.
Para sa mga mahal natin sa buhay.
Ako. Kami.
Tayo.
Bahagi ako. Join ako.
Kaya nating abutin ang 30 million Filipinos financially educated by the year 2030. Hashtag 30M2030. Corina Sanchez Rojas, kasama ninyo sa isang makabuluhang misyon.
Someday, you will get older, slower, grayer, but also wiser, calmer, and freer than ever. At Kaiser, we help you prepare for those years ahead, so you can keep doing what you love with the people that matter the most. Prepare for your future today. Kaiser Cancer International Health Group, the first name in healthcare.
Okay, nagbabalik po tayo sa Your Money Matters at kasama pa rin po natin si Salve. Salve, kwentuhan mo naman kami, yung napapansin ko kasi sa mga taong may interview ko, merong malaking influence yung background nila. Again, bumabalik ako dun sa growing up poor na kwento mo. Kasi tama ba? Did you get that hunger? May hunger ka ba dahil dun sa difficulties na pinagdaanan mo? I mean, do you think, compared to maybe if you grew up, as a middle class, in a middle class family or, even rich, palagay mo nagpalit, may pagkakaiba yung pagkatao mo ngayon?
I love that question kasi I was also asking the same thing of my children. Siyempre, magkaiba na yung situation namin noon kasi noon, we didn't have money for an apple. So we only have that once a year pagdating ng Pasko. And yet our kids now, they can have that anything they want. They can just do Grab and then they can experience that. So, paano na yung drive? The hunger that you're talking about is of me as a young child wanting to prove to the world that that I can improve our situation, that I am better than I was yesterday, and that I can prove that because of my own grit and determination, and not kasi wala akong mana, di ba? I mean, the mana that I have, that's lupa, but you need cash to be able to take advantage of the fruits of the land, di ba? Pero paano na yung mga bata ngayon na wala na silang ganong klaseng situation? So I love this question. I think it's true that people who have that hunger do better because there's a purpose. It's clear to them what they want. But also we can create the same kind of hunger in everybody, in whatever situation. Kahit na anak ni Jasa or kaya anak ng isa sa mga tycoons in our country, we can create that hunger in many different ways. Maybe a hunger for purpose, maybe a hunger for meaning, maybe a hunger for empathy and to be able to help others who are in the situation where I was before. And these are different kinds of hunger that we can feed with laser-eyed focus on the things that we need to do with our lives. That can be financial literacy.
Yeah, that's so true, no? I asked the same question of myself, if, kasi I meet people, yung talagang dahil sa pinagdaanan nila, grabe yung even their tolerance for what's hard, di ba? Kasi minsan tayo, dahil nasanay na tayo sa comfortable life, di ba? Yung parang, that's too hard. I'll find something easier. May mga mas madadaling paraan para kumita ng pera. Di ba? But yeah, you're right, no? Na parang it's something that we also need to pass down to our kids. How do you do that? How do you pass that down to your kids? Yung pagka-financially savvy mo, ano yan? Inuupo mo ba sila? Do you give them seminars? Mapasa yan?
I don't do it unless they ask for it. Because sometimes when you push it on the young ones, that's when they try to get away from it. Parang feeling nila, kinokontrol mo yung mga gusto nilang panoorin, gusto nilang mapakinggan. But when they start asking for it, you give them a little bit. And medyo mabibitin sila ng konti. And then that's when they ask for more. So you don't push it on your kids. Pero the nice I remember with my youngest, is actually here, we start talking about inflation at the dining table. Minsan I ask them, how was your day, what were you talking about? And then after they tell me about what they went through the whole day, they'll ask me, and then I'll tell them, okay, so inflation numbers came out today and it was at this level. And then they'll ask me, what is inflation ba? So it becomes an organic and even parang fun discussion on things that maybe you think a 5-year-old will never learn about if they don't read the newspapers, diba? So it becomes a part of the family culture to talk about economic stuff. And they realize that as they grow older, their hunger for more of that information grows bigger, and it becomes their world becomes more meaningful, and their worldview becomes bigger because they understand how the economy works, how the stock market works. They know that if they don't invest now, that money will never grow. And in fact, mababawasan at mababawasan kasi they keep spending it, di ba? Everybody spends, and I tell them, you can spend money as long as hindi maapektuhan yung mga future plans mo, di ba? Everything should be balanced. So, ano lang, masayang kwentuhan lang. That's how we pass it on to the young ones.
You start them young, ha? So in your experience, Salve, yung as a financial consultant, may pagkakaiba ba yung mga babae and mga lalaki in the way they invest?
Risa, ang daming studies. A lot of studies say that because of testosterone, the men will not be afraid of risk. So, masyado silang aggressive. Tapos naman yung mga babae mas emotional, so they can lose money in the market. Pero nakita ko, if you're gonna ask me about my experience, it's really impossible to put both genders in boxes. Kasi meron akong mga clients na yung lalaki talaga yung very, very meticulous when it comes to finances. Meron naman ako mga clients na the males would say, ikaw na bahala dyan, ako na lang, I will make money, you take care of it. So, I think it's more of the personality that really determines how males and females handle their money. It's also about the background. It's also about what kind of income stream they already have and what kind of responsibilities they have. What I see is different lang with women is that when they are in protective mode, I call this the mama bear mode. They become more careful with how they spend their money. For instance, a single lady na gumimik, nung single pa siya, ganun, the moment they have children, they have a different set of perspective already on how to handle their money because the child changed their worldview. The child changed their box. So now they have to widen that box, make it prettier, make life easier for their children. So that determines how women are more mama bear talaga when it comes to their children, making sure that the world is a better place for them.
Ay, nako, that's so true. You know, when I was so fearless when I was single. But the minute I got married, and then I had kids, ay, ang dami ko nang, alam mo yun, nag-iingat ka na, di ba? Ang dami mo nang iniisip. So that's, but, when you talk about investing being an emotional thing, that's one thing that I also noticed, when I started to invest. Ang hirap i-separate yung emotions from your money. Diba? Paano bang ginagawa? What can you advise people who are emotional when it comes to investing?
There are a lot of different ways, and I love that you asked that. But one of the simplest things to do is for every investment instrument, write down in a one-page piece of paper what your purpose is for that investment. Not a lot of people do this, but it's very important because then the relationship between your goal and the investment instrument becomes very clear. Even when your emotions get in the way, kunwari natatakot ka because the market is going down na. You've studied everything about this particular company, for instance. You know already that the market goes up and it goes down. It's like our mood swings, di ba? Pero sometimes, because we're emotional, we forget and we're mama bear mode, so we don't want to lose anything. When you're afraid, you go back to the one-pager. And then you realize, I invested this for my son's tuition. He's only 3 years old. That college education is still going to be far, far away into the future. So the goal has not yet been met, so that investment stays. But Risa, this only works if you've done your homework. If you're only investing in that stock because somebody told you, yung tip ko sa market, sabi niyan, in 2 years, kikita ka ng 1 million dyan. If you are only investing and your conviction is because of somebody else or because the price is rising, and it's not really because of the value of the company, what I told you about that strategy about the one pager will not really work. Kasi lagi kang kakabahan if there is no real study that you've done about the value of this particular investment. So, be married to the investment in terms of yung conviction mo should be about its value, not about the price.
That's wonderful. I'll do that, ha? Hindi ko ginagawa yan eh. Kaya tama, nagpapanik ako kapag pag nakikita kong bloodbath yung aking investment portfolio.
So, may may reminder ka dun sa one-pager mo.
That's right. That's wonderful. The pandemic, talagang walang exempted sa pandemic na to. And, kahit yung mga kapamilya na dating kinakainggitan ng karamihan for being employed by such a great company. I mean, wow, nawalan ng trabaho last year. And, what are the things that we need to know and apply to be money smart as we navigate this difficult, time of the pandemic?
Emergency funds. That's the biggest lesson in the last, 1.5 years? Na it's as critical as staying home. It's as critical as your face mask. It's as critical as the alcohol you put in your bag so you can clean your hands. People cannot live without an emergency fund, and the risk of losing your job or the risk of the world parang on pause for 1.5 years, we never thought this would happen. Pero yung mga tao dati na nakinig, nga yung sinasabi nila sa akin, sana nakinig na kami sa'yo noon pa, di ba? Yung mga taong nakinig noon, their lives are not perfect now, but they have one less thing to worry about. So I think moving forward, kung hindi man natin ito nagawa before, wag na nating ulitin. Baka pwedeng sa ngayon, rumake tayo ng a little extra for the emergency fund. Let's take advantage of our weekends to earn extra money for the emergency fund. So the efforts are very funneled, they're very targeted, and there's one thing that will make us happy when we have enough in emergency funds to last us for at least a year. Ideally 10 years. Parang ganun na yung kinukwento namin sa mga tao.
10 years talaga.
10 years ladderized investment na yan. Pero yung 1 year, that's the minimum. Dati sinasabi natin 3 months. Pero hindi nag-work eh. Kasi 1.5 years na yung lockdown natin. So now we're saying minimum of 1 year. Ideally 10 years, some of that already in investment. I think that is one thing that is very, very critical for everybody now to move forward.
Nako, tama ka. Siguro ang daming, knowing that you need an emergency fund is so different from actually having one. Even me, when I was working, when I was starting my financial journey, sabi ko, ang nabasa ko nga 6 months, di ba? 6 months of your sweldo. Yung ibang books sinasabi, sabi ko, 6 months? How can I save 6 months of my sweldo? But now we need more than 1.5 years na nga tayong in this pandemic. So paano nating umpisahan yan? What if I was caught flat-footed and I know I need it but I can't even get up. Paano umpisahan yung 1 year na emergency fund na yan?
I'll give you an analogy. One of my children, she had a difficulty finishing a plate of food, right? And what I did was to put the rice and the bayan in little circles. So when he was growing up, he was telling me, every time I get so overwhelmed with all of my tasks, he would tell me, Nanay, circle lang. He would remind me about that plate with all of the little circles of food, and eventually he'd finish it off because there were little circles lang. He doesn't get overwhelmed. I think that's also the same thing that we do with our finances. So we write down priorities. So if you're in debt right now, focus on that first. Once you're done with the debt part, start building your emergency funds. And then do it a little at a time. Kung hindi kaya yung 12 months, start with 1 month. Kung hindi kaya 1 month, 1 week, 2 weeks, and then build it so that you eventually get to the part where you're very secure already. How do you do that if your income is less than it should be because companies are struggling? use every hour of your time as your biggest asset. So think about a Saturday that you use to build your emergency fund. Let's say, what do I do best? I do shows like this. So maybe I can do something on a Saturday morning to earn some money off of the skills that I have. So instead of us sitting around worrying, we are actually doing something so that we can earn a little extra. And that money you should identify that money is not going to be spent on the latest budol, but on the emergency funds only. So if it's all that very, very clear, all of our goals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I know that people can do it. But I also understand that we are not rational beings. We are irrational. Humans are irrational. Kahit na ilagay mo, may checklist ka pa. Makakalimutan at makakalimutan. That is why you choose your community. You choose the shows that you watch, you talk to the right people, you surround yourself with people who are also doing their budgeting, who are also talking about becoming financially better, because that community will help you keep on track. A one-time webinar or a one-time thing may spark something, but if you get on a program like maybe a mentoring session with someone and keep that going for maybe 6 months or 12 months, that will help us sustain this energy so that we can manage our finances better.
So it's really a lifestyle change, no? Hindi pwedeng isang area lang, hindi lang yung basta I'll just start saving, yun lang, pero walang ibang nagbago, no? So it has to encompass every area of our lives. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Salve. Hindi pa tayo tapos, ha? Because we're gonna break and then we're gonna come back and we're going to ask the experts sa pagbabalik ng Your Money Matters.
Love comes in many forms. But in times of trial and uncertainty, nothing spells love better than security, peace of mind, and hope for the future. For over 50 years, we have helped people express this 4-letter word, so you can face life head-on and savor every moment it brings. Manila Banker's Life. The best way to show your love.
Kaiser Medical Center provides a wide array of diagnostic and medical care services, ranging from immediate quality medical care to consultation to individuals and companies all over the Philippines. And because we value your health, our ultimate goal is to be your partner in health and wellness, even long after your visit with us. Kaiser Medical Center is a diagnostic clinic equipped with highly committed and experienced professionals willing to provide you with excellent healthcare service, focused on health and wellness at all times. Our aim is to have a consistent, lifelong relationship with our patients by providing convenient and affordable quality medical care and consultation, which is preventive and curative in a happy, safe, and friendly environment. Kaiser Medical Center, kaagapay mo sa kalusugan. Protect yourself and your family and be certain with your future with Fidelity Life. It has been a long-time dedicated partner of IMG that provides life insurance benefit exclusively to its members to meet the risk protection needs. In partnership with Everest Memorial Services, Fidelity Life is also providing its members with free access to 24/7 Memorial Concierge services. With the consent of the beneficiary, Fidelity Life shall apply the insurance benefit to cover the expenses for the memorial services of the deceased member. At Fidelity Life, the care of our members and their families is our first and most important business. Be life confident by protecting your loved ones and securing your future.
Okay, we're back and ito na, Salve yung portion na Ask the Experts and may tanong ang isang viewer natin at ito ay si Maricel. She's 38 years old and she's been an OFW for 12 years. Ang tanong niya, saan daw magandang mag-invest para sa aking retirement fund? Sa mutual funds ba o sa stock market?
Okay. Exciting. Kasi ibig sabihin marami nang alam si Maricel for her to be able to ask this question in the very first place. Alam mo niya na kung ano yung mutual fund, ano yung stock market, di ba? But ang answer ko dito, kung kaya ni Maricel basa ng financial statements, kung kaya niya mag-follow ng business news, meron siyang oras at meron siyang capability, then she should go for stocks because the fees are lower compared to mutual funds. And the fees matter a lot. Hindi lang yung return. Hindi lang yung kikitain. Very important yung fees because if the fees are continuously high for a long time, it will eat into your earnings. So the stock market, going directly there for people who know how to do it, they're saving a lot of money. Pero there's no shame in accepting na, wait, hindi ako trained dyan. Di naman ako accountant. O di kaya, wala akong financial advisor. Wala akong oras kasi busy ako sa trabaho ko as an OFW. So what do? You just do mutual funds. You can, by buying the mutual fund, you're actually hiring someone to do your stock investing for you if it's an equity mutual fund. So, syempre, you have to pay them a little bit. Pero go for what I call index funds. Hindi po ako kumikita dito. Wala akong binibenta ng index fund. But I have read and I have experienced via my own portfolio that the index funds are safer because it just mimics the index. The fund that is called an index fund essentially just mirrors the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. So the fees are lower because walang masyadong ginagawang buying and trading yung mga fund manager. Pero it essentially benefits from the growth of all of the 30 best companies in the Philippines. So para sa akin, that's the best one for ordinary Filipinos. Whether you're an OFW or dito ka uring manggagawa, okay ako dun. Index fund na lang tayo. But she can also do it in a combined way. So kunwari, meron siyang medyo feel niya mag-stock. Sometimes kasi you need a little excitement in your life, di ba? So yun yung spice niya. Maybe 80% ng iipunin niya, ilagay niya sa mutual fund, tapos ipunin niya yung 20%, and then pag feeling niya, good price na yung stock na gusto niyang bilhin, doon niya ibabagsak yung iba. So, she can actually do a peso cost average for the mutual fund, and then bagsak-bagsak nung bili-bili, parang nagsha-shopping siya pag sale. Ganon. Pwede niya rin gawin yun for stocks.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Salve. Kinikilig naman ako na nag-oo ka sa aming invitation.
Thank you so much for having me.
I know you're a very busy person and I hope na yung kwentuhan namin ni Salve, hindi lang kayo na-entertain pero sana may natutunan po kayo talaga na magpapabago ng inyong financial life. Salve, before we say goodbye, baka meron kang gustong pahabol? You wanna invite our viewers or anything?
Yeah, I'd like to invite everybody. We have a live show every Saturday, 8 to 9 p.m. in our YouTube channel. Maybe you can do a collab for there. Every Saturday, we have an investment expert. So it's curated information there. Lahat ng contacts ko, being a reporter, dinadala ko doon so that people can actually ask questions from the viewers. Alam mo na pag nasa TV ka, hindi naman nila makakausap yung ini-interview mo, di ba? But because of social media, you know, you type in a question and the guest can answer the question for you. So that's every Saturday 8 to 9 p.m. Salve's YouTube channel. And then of course, people can just send me questions via Facebook, IG, Twitter. Just follow our social media accounts. Everywhere it's Salve's, including TikTok, although I don't dance. Ikaw yung sumasayaw. Not me.
Yeah, thank you so much, Salve. And ang katanungan nyo ay maaaring katanungan ng karamihan. Kaya't padalhan nyo lang kami ng questions nyo sa yourmoneymatters.ph@gmail.com. Before we go, let me share with you one last word. Alam niyo, sabi ni St. Paul sa Romans 12 verse 12, rejoice in hope, be patient in suffering, persevere in prayer. Marami tayong problema na hinaharap dahil sa mga pangyayari sa mundo, but let's find our hope in God. Huwag tayong magsawang magtrabaho, maging masinop at magdasal, because after we've done everything, si Lord na ang kikilos. Till our next episode, I'm Risa Singson Kaupeng. See you again next week because your money matters.
A brand new iPhone Pro Max 12 with these 4 easy steps. Step 1. Subscribe to IMG YouTube channel. Step 2. Click the notification bell. Step 3. Share one episode of Your Money Matters on Facebook and tag 3 friends using the hashtags #IMG Your Money Matters, #IamGreat iPhone 12 Pro Max giveaway, #IMG official channel. Step 4. Visit img-corp.net/iPhone 12 PMax and fill out the giveaway registration form. The lucky winners will be raffled during the live premiere of the last episode of Your Money Matters Season 3. Watch and share this with your family and friends now to get a chance to win. Good luck!
We would like to thank our sponsors. Learn the secret to saving and building your future. Become your own financial educator through IMG, International Marketing Group, your total financial solution. May Kaiser para sa'yo, kahit maputi na ang buhok mo. Kaiser International Health Group, the first name in healthcare. Seguridad ng buhay at proteksyon para sa mga minamahal. Manila Bankers Life Insurance Corporation, the best way to show your love. Nangungunang kaagapay mo sa kalusugan. Kaiser Medical Center, your partner in health and wellness.